I'm nervous. Please bear with me. It's not easy to show up the darkest side of you to the world, especially being so vulnerable, so unfiltered. So kindly bear with me, kindly forgive me if I make any mistakes. All I want is to just be free, to just not care, and just do what I'm supposed to be doing here, right? Just share my story to the world and maybe inspire a few of you who are with me on this journey, right? Great, look, let me get started. So last week was the craziest week of my life. I shared the most vulnerable part of my life. The fitness coach, I'm into this coaching industry for over 8 years now. And yes, I gained 30 plus kgs of weight. Whatever would be the reason, but yes, I am the most unfit fitness coach at this point of time. And confessing this honestly was the most difficult thing that any diet or workout I've ever done in my life. So I hope you can relate to that. It was the most difficult decision of confessing it to the entire social media, because finally, somewhere down the line, we always operate thinking what the words think about us, right? And that is the point where I was completely stuck. And that's something which got me to take this step. And I'm sure this live would talk more about what happened in these 2 years and what is that one story which resonated, because of which I decided to pause everything and take this leap of faith. Thank you so much, Ayushi. So good to see you. Hi, Rohit. Hi, Prat. Hi, Narendra. Thank you so much for being here, guys. It means a lot to me. I am a fitness coach based out in Pune. My name is Vinali Date, and I've been working for over 8 years, 8 plus, close to 9 years now, transforming thousands of women lose weight and get fit. Until life took an unexpected turn and I traded my health for success. You know, I hear so many people saying that I don't have time, Vinali. I am so busy. My job is so hectic that I really do not get time to do things at work. And trust me, I was there one day. I didn't have time for myself despite being a fitness coach. I had a lot of money pouring in. That was the biggest motivation at that point of time. And as a result, I stopped listening to the whispers my body was sharing me, until one day it screamed for help. I really wish I did listen to those whispers, and to all those people thinking that they are busy, thinking that they have too much on their plate, or thinking that their work is not letting them get time. Please consider me as your wake-up call. Don't do what mistake I did. Okay, and I traded my health for success, and then I landed up being the most unfit out there. Accepting that was the most brutalist decision ever. And I did what everybody does. I just hid because COVID bhi tha, and it helped me a lot. But somewhere down the line, how long and how far are you going to hide was a question to me. But I think I was happily doing it, honestly. I was happily doing it. Until one day, I listened to this story which changed my life completely. It was just 2 months back. So how many of you love listening to stories? So I'm going to be talking to you about a story that made me introspect and reflect on my life and what I am doing. And somewhere down the line, I derive inspiration from this story to what I'm doing today. It's crazy. I got so many DMs saying that it takes a lot of guts to do it. Trust me, it does. I couldn't sleep the night I posted that I'm the unfit coach who gained 30 kgs and I hid from the world. I couldn't sleep that night. And it was even worse when I shared the story. I was like, will the world accept me? But the intention was not for the world to accept me, but for the world to see through me for why they should not be me. Okay, I'm here to tell you why you should not be me and why you should be taking in charge of your health before your body starts screaming as well. So I'm going to be telling you about one beautiful story. There was this little girl in a beautiful village, and she had the most prettiest dress of all. This dress was nothing less of a miracle, because this dress was woven with dreams. It was stitched with her ambition, and was carried with a lot of love, and was built by her younger self. This dress made her look the most beautiful, and every time she wore this dress, the entire world would look at her with awe. She felt the most confident, she felt herself. It wasn't the dress that was something exuberant, but it was what she felt when she wore that dress that made her look beautiful, that made her look confident. Until one day, life happened. There was a dark storm. Things changed. So did her body. And after some time, when she went back, saw this beautiful dress which was hanging on the closet, she decided to wear it because she was feeling hopeless in her own body. And when she put that dress on to her, she realized that she was no more fitting into that dress, right? The sleeves were kind of tighter, the waist was not getting into it. And when she looked into the mirror, she couldn't recognize the person she saw because it wasn't her anymore. So she felt miserable, she felt disconnected. And what she did was, she took that dress and went and hid it into a closet. And she hid herself along with it. Many years passed, she changed herself. She started not believing herself. She started believing what the world said, because the world did notice her disappearance, and they said she shouldn't look in a certain way, or she shouldn't be wearing a certain dress. She should have that figure or those statistics to be seen, to be appreciated, to be heard. How many of you all can relate to me? I think the basic requirement of any human being is first to be seen, to be heard, and to be understood. And when that gets combined with the way you look, when you're only seen, only heard, only appreciated by the world, when you look in a certain way, and all those things goes unheard, unmatched, unrecognized, when you do not look in a certain way, all you would want to do is hide. Hide behind those black dresses, those full sleeves, those puffy sleeves. And that's exactly I did. And this girl once went and stood into the market with a dusty looking mirror in front of her. And as she was looking at herself into the mirror, a stranger walked by and he said, "Why are you wearing what doesn't belong to you?" And she looked at herself and she said, "Because nothing fits me. I don't fit into anything else." And the stranger just smiled and said, "Maybe it's not the dress that needs to fit in, it's the dress that needs to grow along with you." The girl whose dreams, aspirations, her passions, which she viewed as a youngster, the dress which she viewed had to grow along with her. But unfortunately, the world set so many boundaries, so many beliefs in herself that she forgot that it wasn't the dress, it was her who got to believe, who got to trust what she's supposed to be saying to herself and not what the world is whispering to her. She runs back to the home. She opens the closet. She takes that dress. She smells it. She feels her dreams, her aspirations, her passions coming alive. She takes a fresh piece of clothes, stitches it in, not to fit into that dress, to make a dress that fits of what she's becoming. And I froze. This was the same girl who once young was weaving a lot of inspiration and ambition. She did work with thousands of people until the world told her, "You aren't fit to coach." And unfortunately, she believed those conversations. She believed that a fitness coach needs to look in a certain way to coach. And day by day, as she started believing it, she started feeling more self-doubt. She started hiding. And she stopped believing in herself, her credibility, her transformation. When the world around her was speaking about how good she is as a coach, somewhere down the line, she was not able to validate her own self, because she felt if she had to walk the tribe alone, she had to set herself as an example. the world whispers. And that is when I decided, I know I traded my health for success, but I'm glad I did that. If I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have been staying here or sitting here maybe today, giving that message across to every one of you who are making the same mistake as I am. Because somewhere down the line, few years back, I said the same conversations which you are conversing at this point of time. I have no time. I don't know how to do it. Is this the right thing to do? What's right, what's wrong? Keto, high protein diet, low carb diet, so many things in the world, so many chatters outside in the world. And what we do is we succumb to, we don't understanding what's right and wrong, and we believe to stay where we are. And that's exactly, I'm glad that I went through this journey so that today I could tell you not how to be me, but why not to be me. So thank you so much for listening me out. And this live, I'm not here to pitch you anything. I'm here to maybe promise yourself and maybe myself that I'm not going to try to fit into anything. I'm just going to try to make a dress that fits me into what I'm becoming. I realize that there are a lot of fitness coaches out there, and I realize that there are a lot of fit inspirations out there talking about what is protein, what are carbs, what you need to consume, how is sleep important, how is metabolism important, everything agreed. And trust me, each one of us know it so well. Every one of us know that we shouldn't be eating junk food and we should be choosy about what we put inside our body. But still, we don't do it. So this channel or this series is all going to be about knowing and doing, the gap between the knowing and doing. All the failures, all the excuses, all the stories which we tell ourselves. You know, the story of steroid was my license to remain unfit until today. Every time somebody asked me why you unfit, I would start telling, you know what, I went through this voice challenge and I had a nodule in my throat, and to fix it my doctor put me onto an year-long steroid journey, and because of steroids my body is bloated, blah 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 blah. And that gave me an authority to be unfit until today. But I want you to ask yourself, my coach once said that the only reason why you're not able to achieve your goals are the stories you're telling to yourself. The day you drop your stories, the day you drop all those excuses, nothing can stop you from achieving that goal which you have decided for yourself. So I want you to ask one question to yourself. What is that story which you're telling yourself today? What is that excuse you're making to yourselves today? That's the only thing which is coming between you and your goal. And that was my first step towards starting this transformation challenge, is to drop that story. Today I'm not on any kind of steroid pills. My blood is, intoxicated in terms, my blood is fine. It's been more than 6 months. I'm not consuming any kind of steroids. So now I do not have any license to be unfit. If I won't do it now, I will never be able to do it again. So I'm dropping this story off by telling to the world, so that I do not carry any baggage of what the world would think about me. And I could operate finally with freedom to the person I am. A fitness coach who's 30 kgs overweight and proudly calling herself the Unfit Fitness Coach, because I still have the credibility to transform lives and to transform myself. And that's exactly how I'm beginning my transformation journey. And trust me, the only thing which I want to do in this journey is not to beat up myself or not to put myself into any kind of pedestal to prove something to someone. But all I want to do is start with different phases. And for me, the most important phase right now is to show up. So my transformation has already begun. And the only thing I'm going to do for a couple of months, maybe a month or so, would be to show up every single day for 3 things, just 3 things. The first is movement. I've promised that no matter how hectic my day would be, I would do workout. It could be 10 minutes workout, it would be a 45 minutes kick-ass workout at the gym. No matter what, I will show up. So I'm believing that something is always greater than nothing. So I'm not going to be operating with 6K steps, 10K steps, gym workout, 45 minutes, 70 days hard challenge. No, I want to start small. I want to win habits, and I want to build one thing at a time. So all I promise to myself is, no matter how hectic the day is, I'll still show up for every single day for a workout, whether a 10-minute or a 45-minute or a 2-hour workout. The second thing which I've promised myself in next 30 days maybe would be to be mindful about what I'm putting inside my body. Whether I'm eating at home or I'm dining out, I will choose what's healthy and I'll say no to what's not healthy. That's the simplest change I'm making. And the third important thing I'm making is, I cannot emphasize the importance of mindset in the journey. I believe all my clients would vouch for it, saying that I always tell them that it's food is never responsible for your weight gain or weight loss. It's always what you prefer to eat on your table, on your plate, and how much you eat is all that matters. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be journaling and taking care of my mindset. So the journal, I'm going to be journaling on 3 prompts. That is, what did I show up for today? What was the challenge which held me back? And the third is, what am I more or most proud about today? So I want to make sure that I show up. So I'm going to be, of course, acknowledging it by writing about it. The second is, I want to deal with my fears, my challenges, my procrastinations. Trust me, koot ke bare. Okay, so I'm going to be dealing with it. I'm going to be dealing with my fears. The biggest fear I have right now is what you guys might be thinking about this life, or how am I looking. Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to be drafting on. So today's win maybe could be, I finally went live and I accepted and I honored my vulnerability. The biggest held back was, yes, how would I look? How should be the ambience? Is the light perfect? I still overcame it. I still did it. And the third most important is, what is something which I'm proud of, is I'm proud that I came across completely unfiltered in front of you. And I really wish that, and I really promise you that I would be operating with this unfiltered version of me going forward. And what I'm going to bring to the table on my channel is not just, I don't know if I'm going to be talking more about nutrition and all of those things. I've done that in the past. You can go back and refer to that. But what I commit is, I'm going to be putting across how I showed up every single day on my stories. Once a week, maybe I'll post a reel on how did my week look like. And I'm going to be majorly talking about the gap about knowing and doing. What, as a person, a normal person, not as a fitness coach, but as a person, I faced the fears, the insecurities, the challenges, the world's chatter, and how am I trying to cope up with that is something I want to document and put it across on my page. So if you're somebody who is stuck like me, somebody who find that you're lost in the world chaos, and have trimmed your belief based on world's perspective about you, I would be the voice for you, I promise. The most unfiltered and vulnerable and the truest side is what I promise to show up on this journey. And I welcome all of you all to join me. Just get inspiration and just walk your path. And anytime you need any kind of support, a cheer, a clap, or an acknowledgement, remember, I see you, I hear you, and I'm right here with you. Thank you so much for being here, watching my live. I don't know if you have any questions. Please post your questions below this live, and I would be honored. I would feel really good to answer to all of your questions. Anything you have in your mind, I'm going to be keep posting. I'll keep posting on my journey. How is it going? How, what are things happening around? You can see I've built up this small studio. I'm soon going to be starting with a podcast channel where I'm going to be talking and meeting to a lot of women, talking about their, I call this podcast as Healing Confessions. Oh, I'm another declaration made here. So any confessions which you've made that may help you to heal with it. The last week had been all about healing, owning yourself and being kind to myself. And I hope you empower yourself not by the chatter across the world, but by listening to who you truly are and operate from that space. Wishing you all the very best. Thank you so much for staying with me so far, and I really wish, I'm crossing my fingers that I would, and I'm very sure I'm achieving my goals, and I would need a heartfelt support and love from each one of you all out here. So thank you so much for being here. Love you all, and don't forget to reach out to me for the most unfiltered, for the most vulnerable and the most real side of me. Thank you so much, and you have a beautiful evening ahead. Thank you.